Hello, my name is Billy Inks.
We're not doing this again. I want to watch your fucking video.
No, this is last. This is the last one for today.
Hello.
Okay.
I'm going to
I want to
sling
talk.
your
It's
fucking
story
story
time.
fucking night.
Can I join in the story time?
No.
Okay.
Okay, when it seems appropriate, you guys can talk, but like, just let me get started with the story.
Yeah, we're
okay?
mostly being quiet.
Dugith?
Fuck it.
Oh my.
Fuck you.
I'm here with, in the audience, here I have Lunar Pen 20,
Don't
Dugith,
talk to me.
Iris the Moron. Lola here, my dog Lola. They'll chime in, especially Lola, when they feel like it, but like, it's mostly me talking. This is another story from my tragic childhood. It helped build my character, you know? So, in the first grade, I was at this new school called Ruby Thomas in Las Vegas, Nevada. I don't go there anymore, so I feel comfortable saying it. I was only there for first grade. No, was it? Yeah, I was only there for first grade. It was in a nicest suburbish area, so there weren't a lot of people of color there. I was of color. I'm Mexican, by the way. I don't know if you guys know that.
Say something.
So I'm a bit spicy, you know?
No.
Bit spicy, bit sassy.
Say something.
Got a lot of attitude, like a chihuahua.
Cut out later.
Maybe. I'll cut it out. Anyway, I'm part Mexican. I love tacos. Tacos are delicious.
Yeah.
So I would go to the school. Not a lot of kids looked like me. Not a lot of teachers looked like me. But it was okay because I didn't see color. Because I'm colorblind. Only a little. So I would go and like do my stuff. Go, learn, get out. No friends. Because I didn't have any. Not talk to the teacher. Go in, get out. That's my school day. Mom asks what happened. I tell her, oh, I had fun with Esperanza. And Jessica. And Alicia, we're besties. I hang out with them all the time. They don't exist. I don't know who they are. If y'all are out there, contact me. I'm Spilly Inks, Instagram. But a pretty good student. I would miss a lot of days, to be honest. I would pretend I had pink eye by poking myself in the eye. Or nobody knows this, bro. Don't tattle on me. Or I would like say my stomach hurts. And sometimes when they wouldn't believe me, I would go to the bathroom and like punch myself in the stomach. Or I would put my fingers in my throat and make myself throw up so I could go home. You know? Just normal kid stuff. And then sometimes they would let me go home early. But on the days they wouldn't, or my mom told me, if you come home, I'm going to beat you up. The belt is ready. The belt is hot and ready. I would say, okay. So I would just go to school and like wait it out. Thank you. I would just wait it out. But there's one time we had a spelling test. And, like, I'm okay at spelling. My mom would help me because she wanted me to get those A's. But at this point of my life, I wasn't that serious about school yet. Because, you know, I was only like 6 or 7. But on this test, we were doing the ALK words and the ATCH words. Like walk, talk, catch, batch.
Cat.
Thank you. That's not a real word. Anyway. We had those words and studying it. But for some reason, on the test, I didn't know how to spell. I didn't know how to spell walk. I didn't know how to spell chalk. I didn't know how to spell stock. I know how to spell the other words. But when it came to walk, dude, I spelled sidewalk too. I don't know how I didn't spell walk. But like, I think I just memorized it. I didn't really know how the words fit together. I don't know. It's weird. You know? You know how it's supposed to be, but you don't know how it works. So I had like pictures of the words, but the picture of walk was blurry. So like, I didn't know what it was. And the teacher moved on through the other words, and I started panicking, like sweats. I was like, my mom's going to beat me up. If I get this wrong, my mom's going to beat me up. She's going to obliterate me. So then I was panicking. So she went through the other words, and I spelled them, and they were correct. I double-checked. I triple-checked now. So like, everything was filled, even the extra credit words. So I could have left that blank and still been good. But, like, I don't know what happened. I panicked. I was like, I need to get them all right, or my mom's going to hurt me. because we've been studying these words day and night. Like, literally, after dinner, study the words.
Hold on, wait.
Um,
This sounds like abuse. You should probably cut this out.
no, my mom loves me, I promise.
Mommy's singing downstairs.
My mom is the cinnamon roll, unless you make her mad, like me. I'm just kidding.
She was the devil.
Anyways, so like I was panicking, I was sweating. She moved on. Only spot blank was number 6. Number 6 was walk. I had no idea how to spell it. So then, you know, my mom says never cheat, but you know, sometimes rules are made for breaking. And what was worse, me feeling bad for cheating, or like me getting my hand slapped? Like, you know, that stinging pain? I didn't want that. I could feel guilty for a few hours. That's okay. I'll probably forget about it in a few days.
Unless you get it wrong because the other person is dumb.
So, like, I was sitting in a table of 4. Me to my left was my friend, quote unquote Chase. I didn't talk to Chase. Across from Chase was this girl named Olivia, and across from me was this girl named Isaiah. She was actually Native American, which was pretty cool. I didn't know how to say her name because I didn't talk to her. And I didn't talk a lot, so I couldn't pronounce things. I don't know how it is. But anyway. So, like, since Chase was to my left, it was easier to see what he wrote instead of the people across from me. So then, like, I shifted my eyes a little bit because the teacher was going over the words again to see if you missed any, to, like, you know, fill it in. So then I slowly put my eyes to the left and I look at his paper and, like, dude, he had the worst handwriting I ever seen. Like, it amazed me. Like, I had to look at that. Like, I did a double take. I was like, what? Because Chase was, like, the smartest kid in class. Like, I thought his handwriting would be fly. Because the teacher was always praising. My teacher, her name is Miss Shamrock. Shout out to Miss Shamrock. I don't like you. Miss Shamrock was white. She had green eyes. She was Irish. Pretty ironic. Her name is Shamrock. Pretty iconic. But I don't like her. She wasn't lucky.
Wow.
I didn't really talk to her. But she would always talk about Chase. I'm going to be honest. Like I said, there weren't that many people of color there. It was me. There was Isaiah, the Native American, but she kind of looked white. Maybe her dad was white or her mom. Then there were like 2 black kids and a Puerto Rican kid and another kid who I didn't know what kind of person he was. He looked Hispanic, so I'll say he's Hispanic. So it was just us against the world of white. And I wasn't sitting next to any of them except for Isaiah. I don't know how to say her name. Isaiah. She was a girl. Anyway, so I looked at Chase's paper. And then, like, I was amazed because, like, the teacher he's the smart, he's gifted. Because Chase was white, with blue eyes, blonde hair, blue eyes, white.
I don't think you need to mention that he's white.
I do. It's important to the story. Racism is real, even in 1st grade. So she would always praise him and say he was the smartest and give him awards and always brag about his work. And, like, she never praised me. I was pretty decent, but, like, I didn't care because I don't want attention because I don't like it when people look at me.
You're too flustered.
Yeah. So then, like, I was looking at it. I'm like, how is this kid the smartest kid? I can't even read what he says. It could be wrong, but since the teacher likes him so much, it probably mark it as right, you know? But I'm for serious. It looked like chicken scratch. Like, I couldn't read it. I was staring at it, trying to decipher it. Even decipher his name, because that didn't look like his name. And then suddenly, I heard the teacher grabbed my shoulder and it hurt it because she had long nails. She, like, dug it into me and she's like, what are you doing? And then I looked, and then, like, I was surprised. So then I, like, you know, my shoulders went up and, like, my heart started beating so fast. And, like, I was sweating even more than before. I sweat a lot. So then I turned around and I looked up at her and she's like, what are you doing? And I didn't say anything because I was scared. Because, you know, she's grabbing my shoulder and she's yelling. And now everybody in the class is looking at me. And my heart was beating and there were lots of thoughts going through my mind. And I was like, man, if I knew how to curse, I'd curse in my mind right now. But I don't. I only know Cheez-It.
Man, this is the
I
end
only
of my
know
life.
Cheetos. I'm like, world is over. I'm going to die. Might as well kill myself. Well, I didn't know you could kill yourself. I just disappear, run away, you know? So the teacher kept asking me, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I didn't say anything, so I just shrugged my shoulders. And she's like, I see how it is. And so then she pulled me out of the classroom, and everybody was watching. And nobody said nothing. It was quiet. Like, they were all quiet. Like, you could hear like a needle drop. So she pulled me out, and then she slammed the door, and then she took me by my shoulders, and she slammed me on the wall. I'm serious, this is a true story. She slammed me against the wall, and her nails were digging into my shoulder, like, really deep. Like, it hurted so much. And, like, my eyes were welling up, but, like, I wasn't crying yet, because, like, I was confused. I was like, what's going on? Like, nobody, like, I didn't know. Teachers couldn't do this, but it didn't feel right, you know? When you're a kid, you know it's not right, but you're not sure why. So then she grabbed me, and I was, like, levitating. My feet weren't touching the ground. She had me pinned to the wall. And she's like, what do you think you're doing? And I didn't say anything because, you know, I don't know. And then she's like, oh, you can't talk now? Huh? You know what you did wrong? And then I just nodded. I was like, yeah, okay, I guess I did something wrong, yes. But I didn't say anything. I was just nodding my head. I was scared. My eyes were big. And, like, my pupils tiny. And then she was like, she kept saying, you know what you did? You know what you did? I was like, yeah. Nod my head, yeah. I was like, just put me down. And then she's like, cheating is wrong, you know that, right? And I was like, yeah. And she's like, you probably don't. And I was like, huh? I didn't say anything. I was just listening to her. She's like, your parents probably didn't teach you any better. Feel sorry for you. And I was like, huh? She's like, they probably teach you how to be bad. Probably never taught you morals. They're always, like, working, huh? Taking people's jobs. And I was like, whoa. I don't know what you're talking about. Only my dad works. So she's like, your parents, they're probably uneducated. They probably steal and cheat. They're probably bad people. Probably dirty. You're really sweaty. You smell kind of bad. Well, she did call me sweaty. I don't remember if she said I smelled bad. I probably did, because I was sweaty. So she kept calling my parents dumb, and that, like, they never taught me anything good. Like, probably bad kid, because they never taught me any better. And that they don't speak English, that they're so stupid. They don't speak English. They're in a country where you speak English. And, like, she kept saying, like, racist stuff. And then I just kept nodding my head. I'm like, I don't know. I was panicked, you know? And then she kept saying all this stuff. And then she kept talking bad about me. She's like, you're never going to achieve anything in your life. If you have to cheat off of Chase never did anything to you. He's such a good boy. Why would you do this to him? You're disrespecting him. You disrespected him. You disrespected me. And I was like, whoa, fam. I couldn't even read what he wrote. And I couldn't say that because I was scared. Like, my throat was, like, filled with saliva and tears and shame. So then, I didn't say anything. And she's like, you're never going to achieve anything like your parents. You're probably going to work. Probably get pregnant, like, when you're 15. You're not going to do anything. You'll probably drop out of school, get into drugs, gangs. Never going to do anything. You're not going to college. Like, you're just never going to do anything. Like, she's like, I'm not going to tell your mom today, but if I ever see you doing this again, like, I'm telling your mom, I'm telling the principal, we're going to get you out of this school. Because, like I said, it was a suburban school. Pretty nice. There were 2 playgrounds. One for big kids, one for little kids. So, yeah. So, because she was like, you want me to tell your mom? Do you want me to tell your mom? And then I kept shaking my head, no, crying. And she's like, okay, I'm not going to tell her, but next time you get suspended or expelled. And so I was just crying and bawling. And finally the tears came out, and then, like, the boogers came out, and, like, the hiccuping and the hyperventilating. And then she kept talking, and then eventually she let me drop to the ground. And then she said, stay here until you calm down and, like, think about what you've done. I'll let you back in later. And so then she went into the room and she slammed it, closed again, and I heard her lock it. And then I was just sitting in the ground crying, and I was looking across, like, because it's Las Vegas, they have these one room or, like, little sections of buildings outside that are 1 story, and then the rest was, like, asphalt, and you just walk in between. It wasn't, like, a big school. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe I'll draw a picture. Las Vegas schools are weird. But looking at the other, like, small cubicle building, I knew that's where my brother's classroom was, and I was like, I should probably go get him, but my legs didn't want to move, and I didn't want to tell him where bother his classroom, so I just cried. I was like, I'm by myself. And then I kept crying, but then, like, you know, you eventually run out of tears, so my eyes were just burning, but I kept hyperventilating and hiccuping, but eventually I calmed myself down mostly, and then the teacher eventually came out, like, right before recess, and then she brought me in the classroom. And then, like, everybody was just looking at me, and I hated it, but I couldn't do nothing. And so then, So I was going to sit at my desk, and she said, no, 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 no. And then she grabbed my wrist really hard and then pulled me next to her. And I felt like crying again, but I didn't have any tears. And then she said, because Billy was so inconsiderate to Chase by looking at his paper and cheating, I'm going to move Chase to a table where he will be respected by his peers, where nobody will dare to do anything like of the sort, and blah, 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 blah. I wanted to die because everybody was looking at me, and now they all knew I cheated. But I wanted to tell them, like, I couldn't even read what he wrote. So, like, I didn't benefit anything from it. So then, she also ripped my test in half. And then she's like, you're going to take it during recess. You're not going out. So then I was just standing there. She's like, stay there. And so everybody was looking at me. And then she grabbed Chase's desk and moved it across the room. And then there was one table of 5. The rest were 4. So then my table was 3. And then just stayed there. And then she's like, told everybody they could go. I don't think I even got lunch. Because first we got lunch and then we go to recess. I don't think I even got lunch. I think she made me stay. So then everybody else went out. And so then I stayed there. And then I had to take the test again. So I took the test. I still couldn't spell walk because Chase didn't help. So then I just left it blank. And she's like, aren't you going to fill it in? And I said, no. She's like, aren't you going to sound out the word? And I said, no, I don't know how to spell it. And she's like, are you sure? I was like, yes, I don't know. And she made me cry again because I got some more tears. I started storing them up. And so then I didn't know how to spell it. So that was the only one blank. And then she graded it. There were like 3 extra, it was like 20 word quiz with like, no, it was 15 word quiz with like 3 extra credit words. So it was 18. I got all of them right except walk. So I got like 100 something. But without the extra credit, it would have been like 90, 80. I don't know. And so then but she let me go in the last few minutes. I was hungry. I didn't get lunch because I was hungry. Because I was kind of chubby little as a little kid. So I like to eat my lunch. I would even eat other people's lunch because I was hungry. I was broke. Never got food at home. I'm just kidding. My mom fed me a lot. That's why I was chubby. But yeah, I remember being hungry. So I didn't get lunch. She deprived me of my meal. So then I went back out and tried to play. But like I just ended up going to the corner of like the field and playing with roly-polies. Because that's what I did. I didn't have friends. The bugs were my friends. So yeah. So then I played with them. And I put them back. And then I went back to class. And it was kind of awkward. Because nobody wanted to talk to me. Well, they didn't want to talk to me. They didn't want to talk to me less now. And so then I went home, and my eyes were red, and my shirt was full of boogers because I would wipe my nose inside of my shirt and also on my sleeves. And my mom asked me what's wrong, and I didn't tell her anything. And she asked my brother. He didn't know. He wasn't there. And then the teacher never told her, which I was happy about. But I also think I should have told her because I think my mom would have done something. But also I want to tell her all the disrespectful things she said because, like, I love my mom and I love my dad. They work hard. They're smart. Like, she doesn't know what she was talking about. So in the rest of the school year, like, I was scared of my teacher. And, like, I didn't do work for a little bit because I was scared of her. But then eventually I decided, like, you know what? I'm going to be better than Chase. She's going to regret. She's going to regret R-E-G-E-T what she did to me. I'm going to be better. I'm going to surpass Chase.
I felt sympathy for you until...
Lunar pen, sympathy, plus 20. After that, minus 40. So then, yeah, I started, like, studying even more, and, like, I would actually pay attention. I would read books more than before, because I did like reading, but now I read them, like, 3 books every day. Eat more than that, too. And even, like, during lunch or recess, and then quiet times in the classroom, I would just read. Before I would draw, but no, I'm reading. So then, my brain got big. So, yeah, I did some tests, and I got higher score than Chase. And guess who was suddenly nicer than me to me, huh? Miss Shamrock? Huh? Before you didn't like me, but now you do, huh? Because when all the other teachers praise you for doing such a good job, for having such a big turnaround with me, they're like, good job, you're such a good teacher. And you're like, oh, thank you. You didn't do nothing. Well, I guess you indirectly did. But, like, you didn't teach me anything more. You still treated me bad. but I surpassed you on my own. I didn't need you.
Okay.
So,
can I just yeah, you can just edit this out or whatever, but can I just say, I wish you could remember what she, looked like.
I do know what she looked like. I have photos.
Oh.
I'll post the photos. Y'all send her hate. Find her.
Okay, but if I ever come across with her, I think I'm gonna put her through a wall. And I'm not
You're
I'm
tiny.
not being sarcastic about that. I literally want to put her
She's
through a wall.
taller than you.
I know.
Yes, I know I am.
Iris the moron is shorter than
Lies.
me.
I'm taller than my own mother.
My mom is short. Anyway,
Most Mexicans
thank you
will
for
die.
your feedback. I would punch her through a wall too. So yeah, she started treating me nicer after all the teachers were like, wow, you did such a good job with her. She was pretty problematic, wasn't she? Because, yeah, I think she would, tell on the other teachers how much trouble she had with me and probably told them I cheated. But now they're like, wow, you reformed her. You reformed this dirty Mexican. Now she's at the top of the class. I read the 3rd grade level books. Starting to read 4th grade level books. I could solve any math equation. 5 plus 5, I knew it. 2 plus 7. 11 plus 23, I could do it all. I've fallen down. That was the peak.
You couldn't multiply.
It was my peak of my education. Because I didn't learn multiplication in 1st grade.
And stop saying you could solve anything.
Well, I could solve any addition or subtraction. So yeah. And so then, what was I say? Say I was better than Chase. Chase didn't really care. He was like, cool. Sometimes he would ask me for help, and guess what? I would help him because I'm a good person. Chase never did nothing wrong. He was in the Shamrock. So yeah, I became smart, and so then after that, I kept that in the back of my mind. Every time I want to give up, I would just think about Miss Shamrock and be like, nah, man, gotta prove her wrong. So I was straight A student my whole life, except for one time I got a B, but then I raised it to an A. My mom didn't know because it was my mom didn't know. And I'm in college now, and I don't got pay nothing.
Got a scholarship.
I don't got pay nothing.
Go full
I go free. And then, I was valedictorian in middle school. In high school, I was not valedictorian. But that's because I was an IBCP and not IBDP. IBDP kids got more credit for their classes than I did, but I had all A's, so if I was in DP, I would have been valedictorian. That's what my counselor said, and that's what my mom said. I believe in myself. Yeah, so I still have all A's. I'm a good kid. Thank you, Miss Shamrock, for putting me down and teaching me again. Nobody cares about me. I gotta face adversity,
Yay.
left and right,
It, yay.
punch,
Yay,
kick.
fucking cut it.
No.
Fucking cut it, Smelly.
Okay. Goodbye, friends. Don't let anybody bring you down. Good vibes only. You know,
And
just
stop
believe in
saying no
yourself.
one cares about you.
Well, I care about me.
Isn't that the quote on
Kind
the
of.
cup on the mug I have?
Yeah, I stole it.
Alright.
No problem, llama.
Oh,
She has a pouch that said no problem, llama. My sister has
You
a
got it
pencil
for
pouch.
me. It's Christmas Eve.
All these episodes were recorded the same day. I think this is the last one for today. It's Christmas Eve.
Yes, because I fucking wanted to listen
Yeah,
to something.
this episode's coming out late. I don't know when this is coming out. Probably come out New Year's. I don't know. Probably shouldn't say when it's coming out. But yeah. So Miss Shamrock,
Can suck my...
let's never meet again. Unless you want me to choke slam you. Oh, maybe I'll post a photo. Should I post a photo of what she looks like? Well,
Yeah.
I don't think I should. Nobody ever knew this happened. I should have told my mom. It's too late to tell on her now.
no, do it. Post a picture of her. Expose her.
Exposed.
She's nasty.
Oh. Just teachers. Just don't yell at your kids. Don't
Don't choke
don't.
slam them into the wall.
She didn't choke slam me. She shoulder death gripped me.
Don't fucking
I
wrestle
had
your-
indents in my shoulder. My mom asked me what it was, and I said, I don't know. I think I fell. I don't think she believed that. But yeah, it hurted. And yeah,
It hurted it.
it hurt. When I graduated, she tried to give me a hug and tell my mom how good of a student I was. And we took a photo, and I looked sad. I looked scared. I didn't want her to hug me. I didn't want her to touch me. But my mom didn't know. so she made me go take a picture with her. I also had a crown, but I wanted to be unique, so I wore it upside down. The other kids, not on my level. I think that's it. Goodbye. How'd I turn it off?